But you know what's happened? America's, we're America, and we're this and we're that, and we're not gonna give up anything because all this. Listen, testing, 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 testing. SpongeBob fans will recognize that. Maybe I'll put a clip in here. Hi, hello. So, right now, let's see. Right now, it is. What is the day and time? It is Friday. It is July 18th. You see it there? Yeah, it's July 18th. I have just posted. Let me get this right first before I start talking to y'all. I just got out of school. I was on the BTS. I got off and I was walking here. And, I was going to go to the night market tonight because I was like, oh my God, I had a great, first week. Like, things have gone great. People are loving my content. This is exactly what I wanted. Let me go celebrate and just, go to the night market and see what that's about. And, but then I could see it was going to rain today. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that. But then I started to have feelings like, I need to talk to you. Like, I need to speak to you right now. And it seems like you guys really liked that video where I was at the pool. Now, look, that video was a week in, okay? So I recorded that the very first week of June. It is July 18th right now. So this is real time Chloe that's editing these videos for y'all, right? I have been here at the end of this month. I will have been here for 2 months, and I'm planning to do another update for you then. But I felt called to talk to you right now because, I see all your comments. I see what you guys are saying. I see what you're asking. And I kind of wanted to say this to you right now, and I feel like somebody may need to hear it right now. I'm gonna go and post this when I'm done with this. I'm gonna post this as soon as I get back to my condo. I'm probably not gonna do any edits. I'm just gonna upload it because I literally felt called to do this. It's windy, y'all. At some point, if you're watching Thailand content, right? If you're binging Thailand content, if this is all you're doing, all you're watching, if this is like, coming up on your algorithm repeatedly because you keep watching this type of stuff, God, wind. What is happening right now? Good thing I have this on. I'm so sorry if y'all can hear this wind blowing around. But at some point, you're going to have to make a move. If you're in the United States, at some point, you're going to have to make a move. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do, okay? This video is going to have a different tone than the last one. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. But if your feed is flowing with living abroad, leaving the United States, visa and passport information, how to set up a bank account, ways to make money, living abroad. At some point, hi, no, you're fine. The camera's here on me. It's okay. At some point, you're going to have to actually do this, right? Now, so many people here on YouTube and on my Facebook, people that I've been knowing for a long time, in my DMs and my messages, I literally just let the world know that I made it over here, right, within the last week. A lot of people are asking me, why did you leave? Why? What made you go to Thailand, okay? So I feel like this is a two-part answer. Why did I leave the United States? Why did I come to Thailand, okay? It's so funny because I was thinking about, how I was going to structure telling you guys this. And my thought was, okay, I get very, I get very like riled up about this stuff, and I wanted to actually like, sit down and script out what I was going to say to you and then have like clips of what I'm referencing and all of that. But many reasons why I left, okay? So I'll expound a little bit on my story. 2012, some of you may have picked up on it, you may have heard it, you may know, I don't know, but I am a U.S. Army veteran, right? So 2012, I was deployed in Afghanistan, and I was there for a year. When you're deployed for a year, you have R&R. Well, I don't know how it is now, but back then, if you're deployed for a year, you have 2 weeks, right? R&R, vacation time. And everybody's talking about what they're going to do, where they're going to go. One guy that I worked with, he's like, oh, I'm going to Thailand. I'm going to Thailand. Now, I was coming back to the States to spend time with my family. We were going to go to, we were going to Florida. I was fully prepared to spend $6,000 on that trip, right? I said Thailand because I knew Thailand was a country, but I knew no one who had been there, no one who lived there. It wasn't like, top of my brain. Like, this is 2012 now, okay? So all of this Thailand content you're seeing right now, it was like kind of non-existent. I mean, not to say it didn't exist, but it wasn't as popular as it is today, right? So I'm like, okay, you're going to Thailand. Why Thailand? He said, look, I can live like a king over there with $2,000. This is 2012 now. So he comes back and he's telling me all about his trip. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, that sounds interesting. Seed planted, boom, right? I never forgot what he told me about Thailand. I never forgot that he said $2,000 versus my $6,000 going to Orlando, right? Seed was planted in the back of my head, right? I kept thinking about it. 2013, 2014 is kind of when like BLM started to rise, right? It's freaking wind, okay? And it's blowing up my skirt. Good thing nobody's out here. 2013 and 14, basically a year or two after that seed was planted about Thailand, that's when BLM was coming up because of, things were just getting to be a little bit too much, okay? And it was, it's always been too much for black people in the United States. If you're not, if you're watching me and you're not from the United States, and this is like your first time hearing it, surprise, black people have it very hard in the United States, okay? So, 2013, 2014, BLM started to rise and be formulated. This is when, and I'm still in the Army at this time, right? I remember this distinctly. Mike Brown in Ferguson was just shot, right? Shot in the back by a police officer trying to get away. The response after that by us, black people, was, it was so groundbreaking that, National Guard was deployed. Now, I'm still in the Army at this time. I'm active duty, right? Active duty isn't typically going to be deployed for, domestic problems. But hey, how do I know that? This is something I haven't seen happen before. How do I know that I won't be called to stand on the other side of someone that I don't necessarily disagree with, right? In order to protect this country. Because at the end of the day, National Guard and active duty, we all wear the same uniform. Y'all, general population, y'all don't know the difference, right? We do, right? We can tell, but y'all don't know. So if for some reason this was my thinking back then, if for some reason things got really bad to where active duty needed to be deployed on its own people, what do I look like defending a country that on paper, right? I am black, I am a woman, I have no children. At the time, I was not single, but I am single right now, right? The only thing America loves about me is that I'm a veteran. And in recent days, we see that's not even saving me now, right? The way that veterans are being treated right now by the federal government. So on paper, this country that I have pledged my life to, that I have deployed to Afghanistan and had a crazy event. And the people that were there with me, y'all remember that event. We will never forget. I will never forget that. I was scared for my life that day. There was a possibility I may have died. So I raised my hand to defend a country and almost died defending a country that doesn't even like me. A country that, if you're looking at Chloe on paper, who I am, no, not this one. The only thing that's really saving me when you look at me on paper is my name. That's it. Because my name is Chloe. And it's spelled the traditional way, right? The only thing that may save me. I'm still kind of holding on to, like, that veteran is still, like, still giving me some type of perk. But it's fading. Why am I staying in the country when I feel like this? Okay. Reason number one. Why I left. All right. I told you I get charged up about this stuff, okay? I get very charged up about this because it's serious. This wind won't let me be great, y'all. I'm telling you, the camera's shaking and everything. Okay. Also, 2012 was a monumental year for me because I started to wake up to the way that things really are, right? I'm in the Army right now, and, I'm a soldier, right? I'm getting looked at for promotion to become a non-commissioned officer, right? I promise you, the last video you saw at the pool, it was windy. Today, it's windy. It just looks like it's just always windy here. It's really not, but the rain is coming in. I'm trying to get this out before the rain comes, but, excuse me. I started to look at things from a bird's eye view, right? I'm not looking at how my life is, right? How my life is going subjectively, right? The people that I'm working with, the people that are my friends and I'm hanging out with. And I'm not looking at just my life. I'm looking at things zoomed out now, right? There's a system. There's a system that I just didn't want to play into anymore, right? But I was scared to leave it. I was scared, which is why it took me so long to come over here. Now, people make their assumptions when they, you don't know me. All you see is the outside, right? And I see the chatter. I've seen some comments about why people think I moved here. Listen, Thailand was on my mind when most of these people, these other people that are here making content, most of these, they were in high school, okay, when I was thinking about this, right? I'm young, but I'm not that young, all right? I have some experience, some life experience. Most of these people were in high school or even possibly middle school when I was contemplating Thailand, but I was so scared. I was scared to where I put it on the back burner. I was so used to, like, okay, this is what you do, right? You become an adult, you go to college, you get your degree, right? And you get loans to get the degree, right? You're, 17, 18, 19 years old, getting these huge loans to get a degree, and then you get a job that pays you this much, a small fraction of the money that you're actually bringing into the company, and it's not even enough to pay all your bills and your student loans at the same time, right? They give you just enough to where it's like a carrot dangling in front of your face, right? You're just, I need the carrot. They pay you just enough to keep you coming back to the job, right? God. If I talk, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I'm just a regular woman. I'm a regular person, just like a lot of y'all. I was tired of this. I didn't want to play into this anymore. I didn't want to want to play the game, I didn't want to be the, All right, well, I get the job, then I get the career, and then because I'm a black woman who was blessed with beauty, I go into an office, setting, and I'm hated by everybody. I'm treated like crap because I'm pretty, right? Now I have to keep going from job to job because all these people keep doing crazy stuff to me to, you know, sabotage me. Yeah, look, a lot of people that know me think that because I've lived in 7 states in the United States and I've had, all these experiences with where I've lived and where I've worked and, oh, you must be running from something. You must be running from something. No, I'm saving myself from all of the disgusting energy that I have experienced just for existing, okay? I am Queen Leave. Okay, I'm Queen Leave. I am the queen of leaving. If something does not work for me, it does not matter if it's a job. It doesn't matter if it's the place that I'm living, the actual place, the state, the city. I don't care. If it's not working, I am gone. Okay, I do not believe in subjecting myself to places and environments and people that just don't mix with me. Because what does that do? It dims the spirit. It dims the light. You're not doing that to me, honey. I'll be up out of there quick, fast, and in a hurry. No. No, ma'am. So, the system. Sorry, y'all, the way my brain works. I hope y'all are keeping up with me because this is straight off the dome. I did not script this or nothing. I'm just talking, right? The system says you become an adult. You go to college, you get a job, you work for someone else, you lend your valuable knowledge, skills, and abilities to these companies, right? You get paid pennies, you try to make it work, and then, you got to have a family. You got to do the PTA and the cookies and the soccer and all the things, right? Okay, now you're working for this company for 20, 30, 40 years, breaking your back for a company, and what do you get now? Before, you used to get a pension. Maybe a watch. But what is it now? I mean, they're saying right now that Social Security is about to be done for people my age and younger, right? The old people that are pulling Social Security now, there's talk saying that it's going to be not available for us when we get old. So we're essentially just paying into a program, right, to take care of the elderly that, they were able to look forward to. But what are we getting? Are pensions still a thing? I mean, I know 401k is a thing. Yeah, but look at what's happening to the economy. Look what's happening to the economy, girl. Look, there is... Listen, am I not supposed to be talking about this? Because you keep trying to interrupt me. You keep trying to interrupt me. Okay? There is, how do I want to say this? There's a rhythm when it comes to economics, right, around the world. There's always a standard currency. And that standard currency is in place for a certain amount of time. The dollar has been the standard currency globally for a long time. A long time. It has been long overdue for it to change over to a different currency, right? Long overdue for it to change over to a different currency, for it to change hands. But you know what's happened? America's, we're America, and we're this and we're that, and we're not going to give up anything because of all this. Listen. America is changing. America is changing. And I think, as I've been here for almost 2 months now, I talked to other expats, there's this, not all, but there's like some people, when you meet them, we're kind of on a similar journey. We've all left, right? Some people, You meet them, you get to talking, ask the questions like, oh, what's your name? Where are you from? And what state? And what brought you here? And what are you doing for a living? And all the, I just met you questions. Sometimes when you meet people, some people will question you like it's an interrogation and make it seem like, oh, you came here because you're escaping, because did you escape? Did you feel like you needed to escape? Are you privy to what is going on right now in the country? Do you know how hard it is to survive in America? The American dream, it may have been great for the boomers. Are these signs that I shouldn't be talking about this? I mean, the sirens and the wind and all the things, right? Okay, I'm trying to see where this storm is. It may have been great and actually attainable for the boomers, right? But I saw a statistic the other day, and we know how to treat statistics, dime a dozen, whatever. But it said that wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Like all this wind, I'm like, this is so annoying, y'all. This is so annoying because I'm trying to get this out. Like, can you be still for me, please? Can you be still for me, please? Be still. Oh my God. Can you calm it? Can you calm it? I mean, God. Okay, the wind's gonna win, okay? But that statistic basically said younger generations right now, millennials, Gen X, Gen Z, have over 80% less purchasing power than boomers and older generations. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. But the world is changing, right? And I know there's a lot of people who don't really have too much time on their hands to dive deep into the subjects that I'm talking about right now, because you have the family, you have the kids, you have the wife, you have the husband. You're just trying to make it through the day, right? You're just trying to get the kids up to get to school. You're just trying to get to work and get through the day and deal with your manager and deal with the boss and deal with the deadlines and trying to, make things go smoothly depending on which level you're at, right? Then you got to pick the kids up. Then you got to give them their bath and feed them. And not you barely have any time for yourself to enjoy your life at the end of the day, right? I get that fully. And maybe this message was for you. I don't know. All I'm saying is America just didn't suit me anymore. It didn't suit me anymore at all. And I felt like I was in a loop. I get a new job. I'm excited for that job. I'm excited about the organization. I'm excited to work there, right? I get there. I'm the pet to start out with, right? Because I don't know anything. I'm new, right? I got to learn, not necessarily the job. Sometimes I have to learn the job because I'm new at the job. Sometimes I already have the experience. It's fine. But now, I have to learn something. I have to learn how the organization works, right? I have to learn something. I'm the pet. I'm the new shiny pet. Everybody wants to help. Oh my God, you're new? Oh yes. Oh, this is how you do this. Do you need help? Oh my God. Oh, Chloe, yes. And introduce yourself. And yeah. Okay. It's great. Then as time goes on and I start to really get into my role and learn the organization and what I need to be doing. And now I'm speaking up at meetings. Now I'm contributing. Now I have something to say. Now I am really performing. You don't like that. Y'all don't like that. Ooh. That's a problem now. Now I am the threat. Pet to threat. If you've never heard of it, I will link something down, or you can look it up. You can Google it or ask ChatGPT what pet to threat is. I'm sure a lot of black women have experienced this. I don't know about the men's side, but this was a term that was coined by a black woman. Pet to threat. It is real. Now, because you see me as a threat, now I'm being sabotaged. And now all these things are happening to me at the hands of you because you don't like the fact that I'm there. You don't like the fact that I'm performing well, right? I make you feel away. Just my presence, my existence makes you feel away. I'm actually editing a video right now where I kind of touch on this a little bit. But I make you feel away. Now, all right, I'm the queen of leaving. I got to get out of there. I got to get another job because I'm not going to subject myself to this energy. No. Now I get another job. And it starts over again. It starts over again. And it's not even just at work, right? This is my social circles. This happens in my social circles as well, you know. That, plus the state of the country and what's going on in the world. Listen, it's not even just America. The West in general is going through it right now. The West is going through it right now. The West is going through it right now. I need y'all to look this. Look, you can look at the news all you want to, the CNNs and the Fox and the MSNBCs and all the things, whatever. Look at regular people, okay? Please search up independent news sources, all right? Independent news sources. Regular people that are giving you the news, that are getting their news from independent sources like Ground News, okay? I am not sponsored by Ground News. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. I'm just a little messenger. Now, you can agree or disagree. It's up to you. You know, you do. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you my thoughts. Y'all ask for the reasons. I'm telling you the reasons. Now, why I chose Thailand. I wanted to go to a place in the East. You know, the West is a lot of reasons, but I'll tell y'all these. These are the big reasons. The West is, you know, people. Should I touch on this? I'm going to touch on this. The West is the West is ruled by Christianity and Catholicism, right? And history shows us what people have done in the name of these two religions, right? And human behavior of people in the West shows us how people in the West think and how they behave. In the East, Buddhism, Hinduism, right? These religions influence people differently, a lot differently. The mindset and the way that people behave, it's different. And I wanted to give this a go, right? I wanted to give it a go. I wanted to see how different life could be on this side of the world, and it is very different. Listen, I told y'all I'm about to do my 60-day update for y'all. Look out for that. But yes, I had to interrupt my posting schedule for this. But yeah, I wanted to see how life could be different over here, you know, in a part of the world that's ruled by a different types of religion. Also, I wanted to be in a place where there were more melanated people. Okay, yes, I could have gone to China, I could have gone to Japan, I could have gone to Korea, you know, but I wanted to be in a place where I could see other people who looked similar to me, right? Of course, the features are different. Yes, these are still Asian people, right? The features are different, but the skin color, I fit right in, okay? I fit right in. There are Thais that are darker than me. Of course, there are Thais that are lighter than me, but I wanted to be in a place where, you know, my skin color wasn't going to be like, oh my God, so shocking. So, oh, wow. Oh, like, yeah, I'm a black woman, but the color of my skin isn't like, you know, a huge thing. Like, oh, why are you here? What are you doing? And you're black. Oh, we don't see people like you around here. We don't see people with your skin. Like, I didn't want to deal with I didn't want to deal with that, you know? Look, I am. Oh my God. I know I'm like super animated. It's going to be so funny when I watch this back. But yeah. And, of course, cost of living. Over here, like your dollar just goes further than anywhere in the West, right? So the exchange rate right now is, I mean, it fluctuates daily, right? But it's always going to be around 30 baht, plus or minus about $2. It's always going to be about 30 baht, for $1. So you make your American money and you come over here and, listen, and I know I'm going to get some, hey, look, if you don't agree, it's fine. Put it in the comments, okay? Put it in the comments. If you don't agree with something I said, put it in the comments. Engagements. Thank you very much. Thank you. But anyway, yeah, I felt called to get this out. And I know I was like all over the place with all these things, but it just had to flow out of me, okay? It had to flow out. A lot of y'all have been asking, and I wanted to give it. So, look, what time is it over there where y'all at right now? Let's see. Right now, as I'm recording this, oh my God, y'all are asleep. Y'all are sleeping. Okay, so by the time I release this, it'll be first thing in the morning. It'll be the first thing up on your feeds. First thing in the morning for you. This will be, this is Friday evening for me, so it's Friday morning for you. You're going to get it, as you're on your way to work or getting ready for work on a Friday. So I'm going to post this today. I'm still going to post the video that I was going to post, next week. But yes, thank you for tuning in. And the way that y'all have showed up for me, the subscriber count, all the views, like I mean, I knew my channel was going to do well. I knew it was going to do well, but I didn't know it was going to do this well. So I appreciate you so much, so much. Thank you for being interested in, watching my journey and coming along with me and just seeing how things are going to be for me and how things are going to turn out. I appreciate you. There's a reason that I started this channel, and I'm just so grateful that so many of you have decided to, come along with me on this journey. Before I go, I will say this. I will wrap it up with the first thing I said. At some point, it doesn't matter. Listen, I'm not telling you, you got to come to Bangkok. You got to come to Thailand. I'm not saying that at all. But at some point, and you know who you are. You know exactly who you are. I'm talking to a specific group of people when I say this. At some point, you are going to have to make a move. I saw it in February. I saw it for myself. I could see, okay, I gotta go. Go back and watch my first video. You'll see. In February, I was like, I gotta go. But you, somebody I'm talking to, you know that it's time for you. And this, me saying this, it may be a sign. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, I will, well, you will see me in my next video on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on where you live. And it'll be a fun video. I think y'all will enjoy that. I'm editing it right now. I'm going to go back downstairs and put this out and get back to editing that video. But yes, thank you again. I love you guys. Thank you for being here with me. And we'll talk soon. Bye. Oh, enjoy your Fridays. You know, it's a Friday, so don't be too mad in the traffic. Maybe listen to me on the way to work. I don't know. But just woosah. It's the end of the work week. You got it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.